Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Need for Speed Heat. Today we are customizing the Porsche 911 Carrera RSR 2.8 from 1973. That's right, we're going way back in time for this build. If you did not know this already, the RSR was the most overpowered car in the last title, Need for Speed Payback. And so today we're going to see if it really is as overpowered as it's made out to be in the last game and also in this game. But since we have so much to do in today's video, I'm not going to go into a full in-depth section of me customizing and doing performance upgrades on this car. So we're going to do a little bit of a speed up for both of those, because we got so much to cover in terms of discussing what's new in the 1.5 update that dropped on Thursday, I believe. The December the 12th, I think. I may be wrong on that. That is update 1.5. We're going to discuss everything in there, as well as doing a lap around the track in this fully maxed out 400 plus RSR during the day, and then some high heat night racing. So definitely going to be crazy, so let's get on with the time lapse. So there you go. This is now a 400 plus car, maxed out in terms of high speed acceleration and nitrous. The power is not as best as it could be, but it's a Porsche. It's not a Lamborghini Aventador or a Koenigsegg Regera. But that does not mean by any standards that this is a slow car. You can see we are a fully grip build. This car also has amazing turnability, the best I have ever seen. It can go left to right to everything without spinning out whatsoever, but it is so great. You can see here the specs. We have a total of 905 horsepower, and we did do an engine swap as well, which is a V6 as opposed to the inline 6 it had before. We're not putting a V8 in this boy. I'm not about that. We have a 0 to 60 time of 2.17 seconds. That is insane. Max torque of 730 and a top speed of 233 miles an hour. As well as in the auxiliary category, we put the 2 repair kits and the damage reduction. That is definitely going to help us out in the nighttime. We also twin turboed this boy, because listen to this blow off noise. Give it a listen. Did you hear that at the end there? I certainly did, and it sounds absolutely amazing. We also threw in the huge tank of NOS, or boost, onto this boy as well. So let's get on with the customization. you go. That was the customization for the RSR. I think it looks pretty insane if you ask me. Just look at this RWB body kit. The trunk lid is a huge spoiler in itself, and then you got another spoiler, and you got weighing on weighing off action going on there. Super cool. I chose the HRW wheels for this car. Never done that before in my history of me playing a Need for Speed game, so thought I would try something new. Those headlights are popping as well, and I love the orange look I've given this car. It just really adds to it. And look at this. Oh my goodness, this boy is absolutely amazing. So now that we're done with the visual and the internal and external performance of this car, the customization for both of those, I'm going to start describing to you what is new with the first update, update 1.5 of Need for Speed Heat. So the very first thing we got is underglow and horn. So we have a jingle bells and a firework underglow. We also have a For He's a Jolly Good Fellow and a jingle bells horn, both of those there. So obviously I'm going to equip both of them and give you a demonstration of both outside the garage, where I will also explain the other features in this new update that I cannot show you inside of this garage. Okay, so another thing that they added with the new update, update 1.5, is at the beginning of the night races, there was people sitting on their own cars, taking pictures of your cars. There were also flaming barrels and stuff, and they removed a lot of that for some reason, but it is now added back. So for those of you who cared for that or even noticed it in general, not including me, I did not know they did that. But there you go, that's added back to give you more of a night racing vibe that fits you and your style. The other thing that they also did is made the phone a lot easier to read. You got sections for quick nav, live tuning, and messages. And obviously in quick nav you can now choose to go directly to a safe house, a gas station, or clear the route that you have on the map currently. Now, this is really good if you're doing online racing and you don't have time to go into the map and select a destination, because everything is still going on outside of you being in that map. But if you're playing solo or single player like I am, you know, there's not really a need for that because you can just go into your map. But I think that's a super cool feature, and it makes everything a lot easier to read, especially for going into live tuning and messages as well. The other thing we have here that was only available for the time trials was for you to see your leaderboard, your crew leaderboard, the cars they have, the levels they have, and the time they have, and how many attempts they took. That is now available for all the races, off-road, drift, and just the other regular events. I believe it's also available in the night. I'm not quite sure. Yes, it is. There you go. So if that's what you were in, I mean, you know, that's another cool thing that they did. Some small stuff, I get it. The Ghost is doing some small stuff in the first update before they do a DLC, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Now, the very last and final thing that they added to update 1.5 was the ability to purchase Joe's Polestar 1 Edition hero card that you did get to drive in the prologue of the game. So for those of you who didn't know, this car is also the cover car of Need for Speed Heat. Although you cannot customize it, it is a pretty darn cool car that you can now buy. It was not available before. You need to complete all of the story missions completely in this game to unlock this car. You're probably wondering, well, how? But you did that, Matthew, because you unlocked the BMW M3 GTR. Right, that's because I completed the main campaign, the main story missions, Anna's missions. Everything else, like the Dexter missions, the drifting missions, that's the full story, and you have to complete those to be able to buy the Polestar 1 Hero Edition. We are now going to take a lap around the track during the day, and we're going to start doing leaderboards for all the cars that we customize throughout this game. We're going to max each and every one of them out and take them for a lap around the track before taking them into some police combat in the night. So that is exactly what we're going to do right now. I'm super excited to see how fast this thing goes around the track, considering it is maxed out, and how it compares to the other car builds that we will be partaking in very soon in this, on the channel. Okay, here we go with the race. I didn't get to catch what it was called, but that does not matter. We're using the big boy boost here straight at the beginning. That's what I do at the beginning of every race. And we're going to see how well this bad boy does around the track. As you can see, the turnability is great. We will never hit the wall. We don't even need to slow down once. I think that's super cool. So let's do a little bit of a, just take our time here and see just how good this boy is around the track. And as you can see, we already done lap 1 in 30 seconds, so this is great for grinding. If you do have a maxed out RSR, definitely take advantage of this. And remember, you can also do the time trials. If you haven't seen my video on that, I'll link that in the description below. That is also personally my favorite way to get money in this game, but this is definitely another viable option. I'm really glad that we're doing this well. I also forgot to boost a couple times, and I did hit the wall there because I am a stupid boy. And if we didn't do that, we would probably be getting a couple seconds shorter. Realistically, only 1 or 2, but still, we're going to see how well we do on this lap time. And we'll add it to our leaderboard, which I will put up on the screen at the end of every car builds we do, just to see how the cars match up with each other. So there we go, 1:34.46 is our lap time. That is super fast, and 50k to follow with that. This is, again, such a great thing to do. Another thing I would like to mention about this car, guys, is that it is super great for doing the hard to get speed traps that you may have to hit a corner for, because you can always use the huge boost if you are slowing down, and I think that is just another super great thing that you can do. This, just even having a really fast car, but especially the RSR because of how overpowered it is. We've seen there that 134 you get 50k. That matches up pretty good with the time trials, actually, except the time trials don't go down with the end reward, whereas the regular races do. So that is why I would still vouch for the time trials, but just because we had to take a lap around the track with that, and we saw it matched up pretty well with the score of 134.42. I'm now first on my leaderboard against even a 400 plus Ferrari LaFerrari. Did 4 seconds slower than my RSR. That just proves how overpowered this really is. So I definitely recommend you guys go pick this RSR up. But now we're gonna go do some night racing. Mainly only like 1 or 2 races, but the point of this is to get the cops on us and see just how fast it would take for us to get away from them. And I love that you can actually see the underglow there. That is a perfect view. Ocean Drive is the name, and you can see there are actually a lot more people. So I guess that is kind of visible when you see that they changed that up. But let's get on with it here. Look at this. Straight away, we get ahead of the pack very easily. No competition whatsoever. And I love the blow-off of the twin turbos. It's just absolutely insane. I love them so much. And I always take this little shortcut here because, well, why wouldn't you? This race, as you can see, we're already 12% done, so very quick if you're a good driver. It shouldn't take you long at all. Beautiful. This is a great time to boost around the halfway point of this race because it's just a huge straight, and you can see we're hitting 230 miles an hour. That is super amazing. We have actually slightly exceeded the top speed of this car, which is also, again, really cool. But this car is just powering through. There is no competition. They are so far behind if you look on the map. They haven't even gotten off the bridge yet, so again, that's just a further example of what I said earlier about just how overpowered this car is. And I didn't mention this at all, so I apologize for that in advance, but this car is only $78,000. The engine swap being a cool $200,000, so it's definitely not a huge thing to worry about. In fact, I actually think the engine swap is less, maybe $150,000. I can't remember at the moment, but it does not take a lot of effort. It is very easy to do. And now I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get away from the cops with this car, especially if you see them ahead of you and you're like, oh, I should probably take a different route, I don't want them to get after me. I'm going to show you how to not take a different route, but in fact go so fast by them that they can't even realize that just happened. They don't even start a chase with you. They just put their sirens on, but you're just so fast They can't comprehend what's happening. There are a couple of cops. I'm going to try and go really fast down the road wherever they are. And this speed trap is my favorite because I will 3-star it every time and increase my heat level. Look at that. Beautiful. And I hit that guy so fast, he died. Now, as you can see here, the cops are probably about to start a chase with me. I'm actually going to let them because I want to get in a chase with them on heat level 3. There you go. I missed him there, but there we go. Cop chase started. Music quick repair. You can see down this straight road, I am going so fast by him, I will lose him in a matter of seconds. That is just how good this car is. There you go. See, that was so quick. And that was in a straight line. I drove right by him at about 20 miles an hour and picked up my speed, and I was gone. Now on heat level 5 it is a bit more complicated. It is kind of harder to escape the Corvettes because they are super fast. But if you are on a hill, you can just boost off the hill, and when they take that jump, they will die, but you will not. You will not even accumulate a small amount of damage. So that is also another way to get rid of the cops. Also going on top of the Edgewood Valley Mall and the Port Murphy shipping crates, or even taking the small jumps along the side of Eden Shores. You can definitely guarantee yourself a quick and easy getaway in the RSR because it is just such a great vehicle and will decimate anything and everything in its path, from racers to the police. Anyway guys, that is going to have to do for today's video. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next Need for Speed Heat video. Till next time guys, peace.